Fresh Powders Big Blue Spaceship, Chapter 5, I Need Backup. After escaping the chaos on Skara, the crew begins to calm down and make plans for finding the other crewmates. Shatterback moves back into his old room on the ship, where he discovers his old stash of Terranites have been thriving for years. Happy that he has brought his food source with him, he begins to feast on the bugs within. Blooper and Lefty are sent to the medical bay to recover from their injuries with the help of Medic, medicinal expert designed initially for curing, a medical robot stationed on the ship. Just as the Star Center are about to set off for a new planet, a star-shaped button lights up on the ship's control panel. They reveal that this is the Star Signal, which is used to contact the crew if someone is in trouble. Curious, K&S answer the call to see that the caller is Tara Grondag, another of the crewmates they were looking for. The reptilian cop tells them that she has been using her ship, the SS Turtle, to stop a horrific clanger trafficking operation. She asks for the crew's help to gain the upper hand in her efforts to stop the trafficking. The Star Center hesitant to help her, as even though the Reapers aren't currently pursuing them, the Reapers could eventually catch them if they stay in one place for too long. Furthermore, they acknowledge the sad fact that clangers are trafficked all the time, and that there isn't much they can do to help in the moment. K&S immediately change their minds when Tara reveals their old engineer, a clanger by the name of Spanner, is being held captive by Graysal's target, a mob boss by the name of Flats. Graysile explains that she has planned a sting operation on Flats' spaceport to arrest him and to save the clangers. The captains agree to meet up with her nearby. The Preserver locates the SS Turtle and brings both it and Graysile on board. Graysile reunites with the captains and Shatterback, but when the Nowhere companions greet her, she holds her guns up to Cyberman 38. They quickly explain that 38 is on their side. Graysile gazes at 38 and comes up with a better plan. Graysile places herself in handcuffs and has 38 and Squidward pretend to be bounty hunters for Flats. The three of them are dropped off at the top floor entry point for Flats' space station. When they knock on the door, they are greeted by a blue, bug-eyed alien named Ocula, who is Flats' small, snidey accomplice. Impressed that the two strangers caught Graysile for Flats, he welcomes them in. Ocula then calls upon two hideous guard dog creatures to surround the trio as they are brought inside. Guile and Nash, the two needle hounds, sniff the air suspiciously, but are obedient with Ocula's commands. When the six round a corner, it's revealed that Malcolm and Twilight have used their magic to make them and the rest of the team invisible. Malcolm, Twilight, Kay, Pegasus, Ironcan, and Shatterback sneak their way around the spaceport to find the imprisoned clangers. Soon, they find a large room full of cages, finding not only clangers, but many other species off the clangers' home planet, including the Iron Chicken, the Froglets, the Soup Dragon, and several Sky Moos. Within these cages, Kay locates Spanner, delighted to see him alive after so many years apart. Elsewhere, Ocula takes Graysile and Co. to Flats, a large flatworm-shaped being. He's pleased to see his arch-enemy finally captured and helpless. While the two rivals talk and taunt each other, Kay's team sets to work freeing all the creatures from their cages, while Flats is distracted and not looking at his monitors. While Flats asks Squidward and 38 for what reward they would like, they struggle to think of what to say. At the same time, Ironcan slips and falls down the stairs behind Graysile and Co., alerting Flats and Ocula to their scheme. Squidward and 38 open fire on the mob boss, while Graysile scoops up Iron Chicken and flees with the scene with Squidward and 38 close behind. Flats, Ocula, Guile, and Nash chase the entire team through the spaceport. The crew all have clangers in their arms, while other creatures run alongside them. Flats and Co. split up to cut them off. Soup Dragon lags behind to face off against Guile, who is catching up to her baby, who got left behind in the chaos. The soup dragon snarls angrily at the guard dog before hitting it on the head with a spoon. S, standing at the Preserver's hangar door, helps rush the creatures and crew on board while firing at the mob boss and lackeys. Shatterback is about to board when he sees Nash, the remaining Needlehound, biting on a panicked Skymoo's ear. Shatterback swipes at the remaining Needlehound, sending it flying. Flats and Ocula continue their gunfire on the ship, while Soup Dragon finally reaches the battle zone outside. Soup Dragon notices a mysterious fuse built into the wall. She lights the fuse by breathing fire on it. The spaceport slowly catches fire, while she sneaks onto the ship with her baby. The Preserver takes off. Flats and Ocula notice the fire burning behind them, and rush to try and put it out, while the two Needlehounds continue to chase after the ship just after it takes off. Flat swears revenge on Greysile before the Preserver flies away. A major explosion engulfs the two criminals on their spaceport. The Preserver flies away to the Clangers' home planet. There, the crew release all the Clangers and creatures they've saved. Greysile and Spanner join the team again, while Spanner begins repairing the ship's inactive plasma cannons. Greysile, on the other hand, decides to keep the two Needlehounds for herself in her room, promising to make them better police dogs and better companions. Later, the crew are watching Flats and Ocula getting arrested, happy that they are finally behind bars. But when the news report states that they are being taken to the Shank, a nasty prison for intergalactic criminals, the news report states that they are housing one of their other crewmates, Polt Rosess, aka Nerflamingo. The crew decides that's where they need to go next. The crew wave goodbye to the Clangers on their homeworld and set off to find their next crewmate. After the ship leaves, a mysterious purple cloud arrives at the Clangers' home planet. There, the local Clangers cloud speaks with it and points to where the Preserver is going. The purple cloud begins to slowly follow the crew for unknown reasons. To be continued.